Hello again, rally car fans. So today we have an Inno64 of the Manx International Rally 94 winner, and it is a Ford RS Cosworth. And let's see, Michelin Pilot livery, and that's what we have. Let's see, it's actually licensed by Ford, and it's, yeah, okay, so we have the driver's names, Wilson and Thomas. Oh, that's nice to know. Wikipedia is telling me this is the homologation special, meaning that if a brand wants to race in a WRC, they have to sell a certain amount of cars to the public. And so they, made these to sell to the public so they could go racing. And this would be 5th generation Ford Escort, but the European Ford Escort, not the not the lame American Ford Escort of its day. My friend had one back in high school. It was funny. It was, but not as cool as a European Escort. So it was meant to compete in the Group A division of the WRC. And between 1992 and 96, over 7,000 of these things were made. So they surpassed the 2,500 that were needed for the WRC racing homologation. And now they're just rare cars for collectors and stuff, I imagine. They were assembled by Karmann in Germany, and then the designers were Stephen Harper and John Wheeler. And like most rally cars, even today, it has a 2-liter inline 4 and is turbocharged. It had a 5-speed transmission. And it was sending 224 horsepower to the 4-wheel drive system. The chassis and the mechanicals were based off the Sierra Cosworth, not the Escort, but they made bodywork to make it look like the Mark V Ford Escort, but only the doors and the roof were actually interchangeable with an Escort. Everything else is just supposed to look like an Escort, but it really wasn't. Interesting fact, according to Wikipedia, is this was the first mass-produced car to produce downforce at the front and the rear. That rear wing is obviously going to help there, and they had, well, I'm not sure what's going on in the front to have to produce the downforce, just a chin spoiler, I imagine. There's over 10 wins in the WRC by this particular chassis, and those 10 wins were spread out between 1993 to 97. I don't think they actually claimed a championship, though. Okay. Alright, well, I'm going to leave it on the base because you look at that antenna. I don't want to touch that stuff. So the base is, plastic, and it's got tampo printed text on it. Very nice. You know exactly what you're holding in your hand. It says Ford, and then the car, and what livery it's all about. So hopefully, will not let me down. These wheels, they look like those OZ wheels in the photos, and, well, that OZ printing's not very good. The O is all messed up. There are 4 lug nut details there in the center cap. The tires do have Michelin Pilot SX printed on them very nicely, and the tire walls are not they're not just flat, they look like a rounded tire. I don't know if we're going to see a brake system in there. Innos usually do, but maybe they skipped it because those openings are so small. I don't even know if there's air passing. Let's see. Oh, there is air passing in those spoke holes. I just don't know if there's an actual brake, but you're not going to see it. It's by Wheel Design. The OZ is a little bit better printed on this rear wheel, and again, the tire printing is pretty nice. So now I can notice there's a 3-port exhaust muffler tip here or something. The black paint, a little splotchy, but it's fine. So, I really wish you would get away from this, considering Hot Wheels will tampo print their graphics, but you get these decals. Come on, look at this giant air pocket there. Not cool. Tampo print, tampo print. Yep, all this, see? Not cool. That's just not good. Real cars don't have giant air pockets unless it's like a really shoddy wrap, job or something like that. But that'd be funny if these rally cars were body wrapped. Maybe modern rally cars do have a body wrap and they're not painted anymore. back in '94, I don't think there were body wrap kits available. You know, body wraps didn't come until the 2000s. Alright, so the livery, I mean, it's printed all crisp and all because it's a decal, but it looks pretty bad with all the air pockets behind there. Top Gear, interesting. Okay, yeah, it all looks good. Let's go the side mirrors. They're going to have reflective stickers. Those are definitely not, they don't look like street mirrors. They're so stubby, but maybe they are. We'll get to the interior later. So I chose this one because it has these 6 auxiliary lights. There is a version of the Safari Rally that was put out by Inno, but it has the mirrored windows, and I want to see the interior of this. And I just really like the bug eye lights of these rally cars. So even though I'm not really a fan of this yellow and blue livery, I went with this over the Safari Rally version. Alright, well yeah, definitely nice to have all those plastic lenses. I kind of wish there were like dots in the middle so they look like bulbs or something. And they do look a bit frosty or something. Like they don't look clear in every angle. There's something wacky going on with that paint back there. It would have been cool if they like molded in some ribs or something on the back side. I almost feel like that's a light bulb dot there, but I don't know if I really see it in the other ones. It's too bad. But what is nice is this tiny little turn signal. That's a clear piece of orange plastic. It's not paint. So you can see the light bouncing around in there. This black though here is the paint. It's probably a vent. And then this whole duct area has some ribbing air for like the radiator, I imagine. And it's painted black. There's a red decal here pointing to the red tow hook, and that tow hook is photo etched metal. Look how thin it is. There's actually a hole in the middle of it. This is just a printed on graphic. That license plate is accurate to the photograph. And then this Ford badge, even though it's in shadow, it looks pretty good. I'm at 4 times magnification now, so it's not bad. Let me get a flashlight. Let's see if there's a texture in that grill. There is a texture in that grill. So what do you know? And that Ford badge is like a foil sticker. You can see the shininess of the chrome on it. Alright, the headlights, they are clear plastic, and they have the yellow decal or paint over it, I think. And then just this one little bit shining through. But there's probably a light bucket back there, knowing Inno. It's just that this particular livery doesn't let you see it. Alright, this side, we got the racers' names. I didn't catch that before. And then, but sadly, I'm just so distracted by this. It's just, it's not good. I might have to take some decal softener and see if I can soften it to get it into these cracks better. But I don't know if it'll just come back out or not. See, look at this. There literally is an air pocket. It just looks odd. Door handle sticking out, but yeah, see that air pocket again. I'm just waiting to puncture this. That's just a graphic on the decal, the door lock. This mirror was blue, but this one's yellow. Okay. Where's the fuel filler? Was it on this side? I don't see it. Maybe it's just inside the trunk or something. So the side windows now, I'm noticing there's a bump here, painted black. So it must have had, yeah, and hinges. So this must like pivot out. And then the black molding there is printed probably on the backside surface. Alright. Going to the rear, we have the clear taillights. You can see the little white for the backup, and the orange, and the red. So you do have 3 colors in there. The sponsorship again. There's a recess here for this license plate area, and that air pocket. Yeah. So chrome exhaust our Escort RS thing, but it looks like the RS is actually sticking. So that's not good either. This Ford badge is a little crooked. A red tow hook back here as well, photo etched metal. There's some black paint in here. I'm going to guess on the street version, an exhaust pipe is coming out here. But obviously the exhaust we saw earlier is coming out the side on this rally car. There are some very thin defroster lines, but you can still see the interior pretty much, so that's okay. There's some sort of chrome latches, probably to make sure this thing doesn't pop open when it jumps 10 meters or something. And then yeah, this rear wing is nicely done. It's I don't know if it's 2 or 3 pieces, but yeah, it's nicely done. I'm noticing a molded in wiper blade there, painted black. Yeah, you can see, I think there's a gutted interior. I guess we should get to the interior. Well, last thing would be this antenna that's got a base and then a tiny little... It's pretty rigid. Might be a piece of metal. There's also some ducts here that would probably pop up on the real car. Get some fresh air to those pilots' helmets. Alright, well, you know, being molded windows is not the clearest thing. See, it's got some distortions, no way around that. The dashboard, though, you got a bunch of molded details, as one would expect at a premium model. The instrument cluster does have a white decal, I'm imagining. I don't know if it's a tambo print or a decal. Maybe we'll catch it better on the other side. Yeah, boy, it's too much light, maybe. This night core, it jumps from 1, which is a little too low, but it's going to have to do for now. 15 was the one I just showed. It's just too bright. Alright, so some red harness decals. There's a fire extinguisher there on the floor. Stick shift there, e-brake, decal on the racer other side as well, the driver's side. And there's a full-size spare with the printed tire. Yeah, so that's nice. So it's funny, but if you got a model with a really messed up wheel, you could actually unscrew this and take out the spare wheel and swap it to the outside because Inno has screwed together bases. Alright, from the front, is there maybe a rear view mirror? Probably. Let's see, get a side flashlight. No, now we have to go up to 15. No, was it on? Yeah, there is a rear view mirror, and then we have Sparko on the seats, but they're not really the same height. I'm not sure if that's an accident or on purpose. The steering wheel, let's see here. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Those gauges there in the dash again, looks pretty good. Don't know if there's any gas pedals on it, you know. I've never, I wouldn't expect it, but you never know. Can't get the angle. I don't know. The side door panel. It is there. I would have guessed it'd be gutted, but no, it's there. Yet there's still a blue roll cage inside of that. The roll cage is obviously a little bit low because it has to sit underneath the clear of the window that's underneath the roof. Yeah, the spare wheel does look good. So that's a great interior. Yeah, the roll cage, the bars aren't too thick. It's pretty nice, actually. So really the only detractor for me are the use of decals. I don't think it's proper for, you know, the price of these models. Again, if Hot Wheels can do it on a $1 model or all over the car on a premium model, which is still what, $6 or something, and yet these things cost 3, 4, 5 times as much. I think it's something worth complaining about, and I really wish everyone else would too as well. Alright, hold on guys. I'm not sure if the Manx Rally is an all tarmac rally event or if they actually run on mud and dirt and stuff. I guess it's not so important, but if you know, leave a comment. Alright, so we got 3 CM's models coming up. So this is the predecessor of this car. It's the Sierra 4x4. This one's from '92. And yeah, it's pretty good. It's not an attractive car, but it's... I think the RS Escort's better looking, even with that crazy wing. This just looks too plain Jane. It's almost like a Taurus. Okay, but it does seem to be bigger. I would guess this is a mid-sized car, and this is a compact car. Alright, the actual successor is the Ford RS Focus. And so this one, again, is by CM's models. This won the Manufacturer's Championship in 2006. I don't know why CM's never wrote anything on the bottom of their things. Not even their own brand. It's really strange. And the last one, I guess we'll make room over here, is an RS Escort. Oh, sorry, hit my camera as usual. And I believe this is the Safari Rally version. This is from '97 though. No, maybe it's not the Rally Safari one. But the one that Inno put out, I think it has a Repsol livery, but it has a snorkel. It doesn't have the front lights, but it's got a snorkel, so it has just different parts. So if you don't have any, RS Escorts, you might like that one more. I really wish CMs never went away, because I think for their age, and even today, they still are fantastic models. You'll notice, well, maybe you can't tell at that distance, but all these graphics are tampo printed, meaning it's paint. There's no weird air pockets. It's paint, like a Hot Wheels. So, I don't know. I mean, these are $10 when they were brand new. So, I think there's no reason for Inno or Tarmac Works to be using decals. They're just being cheap. Right? Look at this. This is all paint, and it's on every side of the body. Sure, there's inflation, but it hasn't gone up 2 to 3 times since the time CMs has been around. Right? Just showing you the tampo printing on these things. Yeah. Spare wheels, all that stuff. Rotate. Alright, well, that's my complaint with Inno. I wouldn't be an old man if I didn't complain, guys. That's just part of what happens when you get older. You're gonna complain, so laugh all you want at me, but you will become me someday if you're not already there. So even though I'm complaining about the decals, I am definitely thankful that Inno64 exists, because Inno still puts out a fantastic model. I mean, the parts count on this thing, there's a lot of details going on here. It's just that, with the graphics, how they choose to do those details could be better. So I'm really happy they put this one out with the crazy bug-eye lights. Very cool. And I hope that they put out some other rally cars, preferably ones that don't exist. Maybe they're trying to update a lot of the popular ones, but like, please don't make this. You don't need to make this thing in high detail. I could definitely understand maybe a Focus, because those are pretty cool looking and probably successful rally cars. But there are definitely some other more historic rally cars that need to be done before you do the ones that I just showed you. Alright guys, rally on. See you around.